So there's a narrative out here, an ugly narrative that says that Triple H needs to give up his creative position. So here at the Sports Hitler Streets, we like to discuss these things in internal conversations that we bring to light out here. So I'm joined by Joey and Jay, and fellas, what do we think? I think Triple H's reign has been kind of murky because I don't think Triple H is really in control now with all these investors and all these people. But he's getting a bad rap because he's that type of creative. So
Right.
I think I want to give him a chance, but I'm also enjoying the product. I don't have a problem with anything that's going on. For some people, they want more. It seems, and you guys kind of mentioned it to my attention, like everything is kind of stagnant, it's kind of stale. But I expect this. It's middle of October, nothing's really going on, so I'm not expecting any more than what I'm getting. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think people misconstrue that Triple H is the boss. He's not. He's just, chief of content creation. That's it. He answers to bosses. It's unlike Vince. Vince answered to himself. Vince made changes and he didn't care what anybody thought. He was going to do what he wanted to do. Triple H has, bosses who he needs to answer to. I do think that the product has become stagnant and kind of stale. I don't think you fire him for a few bad shows. I thought that first ESPN crap, WrestlePalooza, was absolute trash. But it may have also been rushed because that was announced kind of last minute, and ESPN wanted a big bang to kind of introduce their new partnership. We'll see. I think with Seth's injury, he's going to be forced now to get really creative. As a joke, is Carl doesn't think that the injury is legit. Let's not forget, the monster shows that Triple H used to put on with NXT. It's, you don't lose creativity overnight. I think there are some things that he needs to do better. I think and we've talked about this. He needs to push, the tag division a little bit better, and actually have them defend that PLEs. Same with the U.S. titles. I think this Seth injury is going to force him to really get creative. Maybe we see, him going back to the drawing board. I'm one of those people, and I was thinking about this earlier. I think that money sometimes kills creativity, and this goes as well with the performers. I think there's so much money going around that people may be a little bit too happy nowadays, and maybe not giving their all. And I sucks because I want to see people get paid, but there's certain people out there that don't have that hunger like it used to be, where only the top guys would be able to fly from show to show. Or get this accolade, or be in a car with Vince, and those other guys had to rent the car, be 5 people per car. I think that some of this money is kind of killing some of the passion in a lot of these guys and girls. But we'll see where it goes.
Joey,
he pretty much covered it. I don't think you fire him for bad shows besides that WrestlePalooza one. I think if you in a stuck place, I think you just got to give them a better team or add people to it. Maybe hire a couple of writers. We see that the AI stuff going on. I don't know about all that. I don't think that should be it. But you got to get more. Like you said, you got to get more creative. I think he should just do more about his team and deep dive. I think sometimes he do get stuck in his with certain storylines. Like he keeps. Like what bothers me is the endings of Raws. Like they always the same. It's always the same person on top. It's always like, and it's kind of annoying. Like the only thing that made the last Raw last week was good. It was because the Vision turned on Seth because of his injury. But other than that, if it wasn't for his injury, it would have ended the same way. Like you got to switch it up sometimes.
You see how you guys said to me how my penthouse was harsh in the NBA. Y'all being a little harsh in my opinion. And maybe it's because I'm just loyal to the E, or I'm just a diehard, and I just expect, like, I just watch it regardless. But part of me, like I said, is felt like well, let me say this: is what are we not seeing that you want to see? Like we're coming off WrestleMania season, we're coming off SummerSlam, which was pretty good. You know, WrestlePalooza was a throwaway because originally it wasn't even planned until 2026, and then they just shoved it and said, okay, we're doing this now. So okay, he brings in Brock. I mean, you bring in AJ Lee. So like I said, I'm trying to think in my mind, what do we?
That wasn't enough. My fault, I'm cutting you off. That wasn't enough because you didn't promise. You didn't. That's not the only two things you promised. You said surprises and all that stuff. What else there was supposed to be that you were supposed to do? That's my problem. You said there was going to be surprises and shocking moments. What? Why did you promote that and you didn't do that?
Thanks for watching the Sports Hit List. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In fact, do it now.